There's probably
It's a dangerous game,
yeah, and
I mean, it's a necessary game, though, right? I mean,
it is.
it's a lot more beneficial to play engage with their ideas. We talked about this earlier, that whether or not you agree with their ideas, the reason it's important to, study your predecessors' ideas and views is that even if you don't agree with it, you can still engage with their ideas and then, interact with them.
Yes.
Which is way more beneficial than, not engaging with their ideas. Otherwise, your ideas are going to be never challenged.
Yeah.
Which is a big problem.
Yeah, you have to be open to the criticism, which in this situation would be willing to accept other conclusive ideas.
Yeah. And then also another benefit is that by not studying your predecessors' views, you are risking to repeat their mistakes.
Yeah. Right?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, this applies to everything, actually, science or history or anything that has, has been around for forever, for a long time. If you don't study, previous ideas, then there's a possibility that you're going to make
the pitfalls.
Yeah, which is completely unnecessary, right?
Yes.
So, this is why we study philosophy. This is why we study history. Engage with old people's ideas, even though 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, who cares what they thought? But it's important, right? It's important because without the question of Plato's, for example, Socrates, you may not have Plato's, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about this. Without Locke, we may not have Kant, right?
Yeah.
Is all this collective idea progressively, created the idea that we have today. And that's why it's important to, study, previous ideas and views and, challenge the ideas in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's funny, even what we're talking about right now, again, going back to Hume, he would be skeptic of even this statement.
Mm-hmm.
This is a kind of inductive statement. So we would say that things in the past have always occurred in a specific way. We've always learned from the past, grown, and then we've improved upon it. Mm-hmm. But that's not etched into the fabric of reality in any meaningful way we can prove. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't necessarily have to rely on previous generations' knowledge to advance. Mm-hmm. But things have always led that way. So it's within good reason to assume they would continue. Mm-hmm. Hume would call this custom. Right. Custom is what leads to progress. It's like these reoccurring themes. Mm-hmm. Even though we can never actually prove causality or see it, we understand things tend to happen in repetitive ways, repeatable. But there's no reason that they always have to continue that way.
Right, of course not.
Right? I mean, even gravity and things like that are only byproducts of, specific systems remain the way they are and the best explanations we have. But eventually the sun will burn up. All these things will occur. The way we understand physics and all that will be, potentially tossed to the wind.
Right.
So again, knowing that, in the statement you made, I still think it's extremely valuable that we do engage with the past and these previous ideas, but also remain skeptic to, maybe they're not incredibly valuable. Mm-hmm. Have open-mindedness to both sides. Maybe they will have a value, maybe they won't. But you have to engage with it to actually decipher that or decide it.
Yeah,